welcome to Storytime and Crafternoon. I'm Karen Manis, Director of Children's Ministries at Sunrise United Methodist Church. This week we're reading the book Don't Forget to Remember, written by Ellie Holcomb and illustrated by Kayla Heron. Did you know creation is talking to you wherever you go and whatever you do? The earth will keep giving you clue after clue, so you won't forget to remember what's true. Like every day when the sun rises high, the warmth that you feel is God's love by your side. And just like the birds who keep humming their tune, remember God sings songs of joy over you. When you catch the snowflakes that fall from the sky, each of them whisper, "You're one of a kind." And after the winter and cold are all through, the flowers remind you God makes all things new. When a colorful rainbow peeks out through the rain, don't forget to remember God's love stays the same. On glad days and sad days, God's near and He knows. He can use any storm to make good things grow. When you can't see the end of the ocean so blue, remember God's love never runs out on you. And just like a sailboat that fills up with wind, we feel most alive when we're filled up with Him. Don't forget to remember you're never alone, no matter if you are up high or down low. And as sure as the sun will keep rising above, don't forget to remember that you're dearly loved. So just like the stars won't forget how to shine, don't forget to remember that all of the time, God's light will guide you wherever you go, and you're loved from the top of your head to your toes. Let the whole earth remind you of what God has said, from the moment you wake up till you go to bed. And even on days you forget what is true, don't forget to remember God won't forget you. Inside your worship kit, you're going to notice there's another bag, and it has all of these different materials in it. And this is so you can make a sunburst wall hanging, and it has Joy Comes in the Morning. And I'll show you how to make this, and it has instructions in there which include adding glue to this, but really because these are already sticky on the back, I don't think that you really need any glue. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this white cross, and one side of this cross has paper on it, and you just peel it just like a sticker. And then you're going to place that in the center of this purple cross that you see here. Just press that down. And then you're going to arrange your pipe cleaners so that they form kind of like a sunburst. They look like rays of light coming out. And this is when the directions read that you should glue them, but because we're adding something sticky that should kind of sandwich these into place, I don't think that's really necessary. So you're just going to place those so they kind of fan outward. And then the next thing you're going to do is flip over the purple piece, and you're going to just peel off the paper on that as well. And the entire thing is covered with this paper that needs to be peeled off. There we go. And then you're going to turn it and just kind of sandwich together the pipe cleaners onto that yellow circle that's in the background. So you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then you're going to flip it over, and we're going to make a little hanger here. you're gonna, somewhere near the top of it, so it kind of lines up with that center cross, you're gonna place your cord, sort of fold that in half, and then you're gonna peel off the sticky on this small yellow circle and just stick that on the back. Then flip it over and there you go. You have your wall hanging. The next thing you're going to notice is you have a worksheet that you can complete as well, and you have a pencil included too that you can use for completing this maze. And then you're going to notice that you have several pieces of sidewalk chalk, and you have this folded up piece of paper as well as some stencils. And I'm going to show you how you can use those to create your very own chalk mural. And you're just going to unfold this piece here. It makes a cross. And this is going to be what you use as one of your stencils, and then you have some smaller pieces as well. And I'm going to show you how you can go about making a sidewalk mural with your sidewalk chalk that you have. So the first thing that you're going to see is that you just want to unfold that white cross that you have in your kit. And I actually, if you look closely at the picture, I wanted to have some like flowers and vines representing new life through Jesus Christ. And so I actually drew like a little path that kind of travels up the cross, kind of zigzagging over the cross. And you could do the same as well. And this will just help you whenever you're making your sidewalk drawing to have a place that these the flowers and leaves and things can kind of fit on your cross and overlap, so that it doesn't look like they're transparent with the cross kind of going through behind it. So you're going to draw that on there very lightly if you want to have that added. And then you're just going to trace the outline. And you can see there's a few different little places on the cross where I left a little bit of space when I was tracing the outline of that cross stencil. Then this is a super easy way to make things look three-dimensional. And you'll notice that at each of the points, it could be either a corner point on the outside edges of the cross or where two lines meet, you're going to draw a line, and you're going to make sure that they're all sort of either angled outward or angled upward, the way that you see in this picture here. You're just going to draw a short little line, and this will help you with the next step, which you'll see on this picture. I've actually kind of joined those lines except for the places where I want my leaves and flowers to go. So that way it looks like it's three-dimensional, and just a little something extra to make your cross seem a little bit more real. And then you're going to go to the next picture here, and you're going to see that I alternated between, there are two different leaf sizes and a flower stencil as well. And I alternated between those, and I had them kind of draping around the bottom of the cross and kind of going over the top of the cross. And so I've added these, kind of forming this vine, if you will, of different flowers and leaves. And so you're going to take a few minutes, and I would suggest maybe turning these in different ways so that it looks like your leaves are growing in different directions. And you can turn, of course, the flower stencil as well if you want, so that it's filling up this space. And after you're done with that, you'll notice there's one more stencil, and it's of a bird, and more specifically a dove. And you could add that somewhere. I thought it would be fun to just add it as if it was kind of resting on the top of that cross, but you might have somewhere else. You may want it resting on a flower or some other area of your drawing. And so you're going to add a stencil outline of your dove landing on your cross or somewhere else. And then I haven't gone through and colored this because I'm sure you don't need help with that, but you can use your other colors to add color to your drawing that you have and make a really beautiful sidewalk chalk mural. I hope you enjoyed this week's Storytime and Crafternoon just as much as I did, and I can't wait to see you again next week.